With that, let's move on. Now, we have a company on our radar now and a management joining in. I'm talking about transformers and rectifiers. The stock has been trading higher on the back of fresh order wins worth about 149 crores. The total order book in the first quarter of FY25 now stands at just under 700 crore rupees. To talk about the business outlook, we have with us Satyen Mamtora, Managing Director at Transformers and Rectifiers. So thanks very much for joining in. So let's just start with the order wins and the order book position. I think, to be precise, you're at about 698 crores at the end of Q1. What is the fresh order inflow expected? What is the business visibility that you're seeing, among the customer base?
So currently, the fresh order, in the past quarter, we received about 700 crores order book. And we are expecting by end of this year, around 3,000 crores order book more.
So 3,000 crores, you're saying?
Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, 3,000 crores.
So
by end of FY25.
That's the end of FY25. Could you just break that down into the kind of orders and where the bulk of this 3,000 crores might actually come in from?
Basically, these 3,000 crores orders will come from grid expansion, from railways, from renewable energy. A lot of inquiries are currently floating for EAF transformers, electric arc furnace transformers. So that is also our major key focus in export market.
So two quick questions on this 3,000 crore. One, how does it compare with the kind of order inflows we've seen in the past? Is it higher, or have you been on an annual basis getting approximately about 3,000 crore of order wins, trying to gauge the momentum there? And secondly, what does this mean in terms of your revenue forecast for the full year? What can you achieve by way of a top line?
By way of top line, this year we will be achieving around 2,000 crores, 2,000 plus crores.
Okay. And this 3,000 crore of order
currently our order book is stands at about 2,800 crores.
Got it. No, just wanted to know this 3,000 crore of order wins. Is it in line with historical averages?
Yes, it is in line with our historical averages. We are probably getting more inquiries for electric arc furnace and renewable energy in the current quarters, because the expansion, India's plan to expand in renewable energy.
Okay, so you're getting more inquiries from the electric arc furnace side. That's interesting. So given the mix, I mean, and as you mentioned, there's grid expansion, there's railways, there's ESC. And as you execute these fresh orders of 3,000 crores plus your old order book, what is the expectation on margins? And I'm talking full year margins. When FY24, the EBITDA margin improved from 8.7% to almost 10.5%. So is that level sustainable? What's the outlook, given the nature of these fresh orders?
Given the nature of the fresh orders, we are looking, our outlook for EBITDA margins is at about 14%.
14%? That would be a significant full year expansion, sir. So what makes you confident of moving from 10.5% to 14%?
Ma'am, the orders that we currently have on our hand are with good EBITDA margins.
Okay. And which is just for our knowledge and reference, so among all the various sectors that you sort of spoke about, which is the highest margin category for you in terms of, the orders?
Every order is approximately the same margin, but our production is more skewed towards EHV transformers, because that is the need of the hour.
Okay. And just to put it in context, 14% margins will compare with 10% margins last year. So we're looking at a 400 basis points margin expansion, and your top line to go to 2,000 crore versus 1,300 crore last year.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Okay. So you also recently raised 500 crores via a QIP. Can you detail out, how will you spend this kind of money, and what is your capex plan for this year and even for the next 3 years?
So currently we are expanding for our distribution transformers and also our solar transformers and transformers for green hydrogen. So that expansion is approximately 15,000 MVA expansion. We are looking at inorganic and organic growth in backward integration also. So most of our approximately 300 crores will be spent this year in capex.
Okay, and you spoke about inorganic, inorganic plans for utilization of these funds. Can you throw some more light? Detail your plans here.
We are looking at opportunities currently. Nothing concrete at the moment, but we are looking at opportunities. If we can get an opportunity to grow inorganically, we would definitely jump on that.
And that would be in which segment? Inorganic
mostly power transformers and backward integration, ma'am.
Power transformers and backward integration. Just a question, since you mentioned electric arc furnace transformers, and that seems to be a real new sort of growth driver area for you. Can you tell us a little more? How much of this business are you already doing? Where is the demand coming in from? Where will these transformers and what sort of industries will they be used?
Mostly this demand is coming from international market. There is a huge expansion for steel making in international market. So most of our requirement is either from South America or Russia.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. So this is clearly a more of an export-focused part of your business, which brings me to the other point. How do you expect the export versus domestic mix to be in the current year, FY24? Where were you, in FY25, where were you in FY24? And how will the scale-up in exports happen till what level this year?
Last year, we were at around 12 to 13% of exports. This year, we are targeting around 25% export. And we won't go beyond 25% export because the market is ripe for Indian manufacturers in India. And plus, it is also our country's need that we need to fulfill right now in terms of infrastructure.
All right, sir. We'll leave the conversation here for now. Thank you very much for joining in. That's transformers and rectifiers seeing increased inquiries for the electric arc business, particularly from overseas clients in Russia. For the full year, they're guiding for 3,000 crore of order wins, improvement in margins to 14% versus 10%, and even a revenue top line of about 2,000 crore rupees. So that's a big jump, and the stock is up 3.5% today. And look at the 12-month returns, really. 700% in the last 12 months. The stock has skyrocketed. Get into